Morning guys, today we're going to be looking at the Z-flip pole. This is the Durston Z-flip pole. It's supposed to be the stiffest in its class, weighing in at 88 grams each. Bearing in mind the hiking pole roughly will weigh between 150 grams, way up to 300. Now this is not really a review, but I do want to try them out, not just on the Durston P1, but I'll be trying them out on the Lanshan 1 and the Gossamer Gear 1 as well, just so you can get an idea of what they will actually stand up in. So I've been after these poles for a while. Most of the time you can't get hold of them, they're always out of stock, and they're actually quite cheap as well. Unless you want to import them from America, I think from actual Durston, they're 28 quid each. I don't know what that is in the dollars, but if you get them from Valley and Peak in the UK, it'll be 75 quid for a pair. Yeah. So these are the Durston flip poles. They come like this. Bearing in mind, they're only 12 inches long when packed up, so they're a brilliant item. But what I've done is I'm coming out today to show you what they're going to look like in these three tents, which is the Lanshan 1 Pro, Durston, obviously it should fit okay, and also the Gossamer Gear 1. Right, so like I said, they come in 12 inches like this, and then you should end up with a stick like that. If you're going into the Durston, that's your little pip that goes into the top. These max length to go up to about 130 centimeters there max, but maybe 135 if you're lucky. They collapse down nice and easy. Similar to your trekking poles, you've got your extension. They're a pretty sweet pole to be honest, but today is my first time that I'm going to try it out on the Lanshan and the Gossamer Gear. So let's get one up. So to start with, I've put the X-Mid 1 up. I'm not going to ping out any guidelines. I'm just going to ping this one up. We'll see how they fit in the Durston, and then we'll continue on to the Lanshan 1. Right, so I'm going to stick the first pole in now, obviously with the nipple on the top. That'll be going to the top, and obviously I can either raise it during the night or drop it, so it works out quite well. So let's get it in there. So as you can see, where you would usually stick your tungsten tip on your hiking pole works exactly the same, although like I said, the tip isn't massive. So yeah, I'll leave that like that for now, and we'll get the second one up. Same again, because obviously the P1 and the P2 are both isometric. Just make sure you double check, because sometimes it can slip out. Right, so I'm just going to stretch all this out and we'll check it out and see what it looks like from the inside. Right, as you can see, I haven't put the inner in, just for the simple fact is I've started carrying them in two different bags. One for obviously when it's raining, so that way I can shove the outer up first, walk inside, stick the inner up. Right, looking at the poles, like I said, they go straight into the tops, and I'll give you a close-up of that now. And they fit absolutely perfect. I do love these poles. Let's look at the other side. Would they slip out in stronger weather? Well, has to be debated. So now what I'm going to do is obviously Durston, they were made for Durston, but let's try them out on the Lanshan. Let's collapse this one, get the Lanshan up. I'll leave these together for now, so we can just whack them straight to the Lanshan 1. Right, let's set the Lanshan 1 up. In fact, let's do it the cheeky way. Right, so as you can see, the Lanshan's all set out, more or less cammed up. Right, let's get the pole in, see what it looks like. Right, for now, I've left the pole as it was, and all I'm going to do is whack it in and see how it goes. Right, so obviously, the pole goes into this section, and it looks like it could slip around, but it's got an inch of movement there, but it should be okay. So, straight where a normal pole would be. Right, I'm just going to stretch the guy line out and get this more pinned up perfectly. Right, as you can see, let's see if we can get it right in there. This is it as it stands on the Lanshan 1. If you can see any closer, I should try and zoom in. It's not bad, is it really? So these poles officially work for the Lanshan 1, but yeah, they're great. Also, looking at that, I'm not going to plug his name or anything. I'll plug the company he works for. So he works for a company called Venture. And as you see, I've got a rip in my, or a little tear in my fabric there. This bloke at Venture basically fixes Volkswagen camper vans, or does them up. But not only that, he fixes the tears on the materials they have inside there. What I'm going to do is take this tent down to him and see if he can repair that for me. So that'll be a bit of a fun one to see. Right, now that you can see that the Z pole works with the Lanshan, and I'm sure it'll work with any kind of wind as well, to be honest, because like I said, these are supposed to be the strongest ones of the time. What I'm going to do, break this one down now, and let's try Gossamer Gear 1. So as you can see, the Lanshan 1 was perfect. Right, let's try the Gossamer Gear 1. Now remember, these poles are 88 grams. Don't want to carry a hiking stick with it, but two where it's between, what, 150 to 300 grams. If you're a gram counter like myself, then you're going to see what you can do. Let's get it up. Just a quick one for anybody that does have the Gossamer Gear or the Lanshan. I use these fiddly little tiny ones for the four corners that you get, especially on the Gossamer Gear. They work out perfect. Right, so we'll put the first one in, tether it out. Let's see how it goes in. So for the Gossamer Gear, similar to the Lanshan, but it literally has a little indentation where you can fit it straight in. Let's see how it goes. Alright, so we'll tether this out and then do the other side. After they're both tethered out, I'll then try and raise them to their peak. Yeah. So looking closer onto the Gossamer Gear, what it does is it has these points on them. So physically, like the Durston, where you have the top bit, you can put the bottom bit into there. And hopefully, that should pin it out. Again at the top. And at the bottom. Now I'll stake it out. So as you can see, that's the Gossamer Gear 1 set up perfectly with the Durston Z poles. But I shall take you inside to see how they look. So again, top of the Durston, there's got a little nipple, and that nipple's gone straight through the tag at the bottom, which definitely helps it out. At the top, if you'll be able to see that, there is no jagged points on the Durston Z pole, so it works out quite well. But let's put it up. See how strong it is. Obviously the one on the inside. Right, that's how it looks like on the inside. Got the pole on the rear, pole on the front. Let's do a shake test. Every time I take the Gossamer Gear out now, I'm going to be using them Z poles. So today you've seen the Z poles from Durston. You buy them through Durston, Cavisico, I think God knows how you say it, or Valiant Peak. Brilliant little poles. Like I said, they break down to 12 inches and they are 88 grams. Absolutely superb. If you don't use your hiking poles, these things are brilliant. Right, that's it for me today. Like I said, all I've done is show you these 88 gram poles that will literally fit into 3 tents that I've showed you. As I've said before, go and check out other people's videos. I'm trying to give you the honest as I can, and I'm trying to show you exactly what they can do. Brilliant poles, check them out. Of course, I've got to break this down and take it away now, so catch you later. Before I go, if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I do like to help people out, not just here for myself.